Welcome back to another episode of Shadowrun Hong Kong. Today we're going to continue to help Auntie Cheng discover more about the walled city, finish a couple of the missions, and follow up with the story. Hopefully, I'm trying to finish this game before I start Metroid Dread. So maybe this weekend I'll get this done. But Metroid Dread is coming. I already did the got the material for the unboxing video, so I just gotta make that video and I'll upload it. Anyways, hope you guys have a great weekend and enjoy the video. Like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell whether you're watching now or later. Let's begin. Currently, the Switch is updating other games. It takes a while because you have to transfer your whole profile. Then you have to download or transfer the cloud save for every game. Animal Crossing is another beast. You have to download that package thing to move it on both systems. But it's working. It's going. We'll do Mario Kart and we'll do Smash as well. So it'll be good. Let's talk to some people before we get engaged on the other mission. Oh, the last one, huh? Okay. Didn't we do this? I don't know that we did, but we're doing it now. Gobbet formulates a new version of the haste spell that harnesses the latent will magic of Hong Kong. Channel haste increases at friendly target's AP by 1 for 4 rounds. When cast, Gobbet accuracy increased. Okay, I like that one. Sure, okay. Gobbet can now consume spirit. Okay, no, I like this one. Yep. What about my girl here? Sabotage. Isabel's mini launcher now strips 1 armor. Espionage. While Isabel is jacked into the matrix, attacks on her physical body are reduced by 3 damage. I'd rather do sabotage on her then, because that 3 damage is not too much. I'd rather protect her. Now outside, would she? Cause that 1 armor can help as well. Yeah, that's fine. This guy, he said he was not getting augmentations, but I'm gonna make him. And that's cool because he actually grabs them, and he barely misses. It's just weird. I don't recall ever missing with that skill. He grabs it and throws it back, so we don't need that. That right there. He's gonna say, well, I thought about it. Guess I did it. Gaishu gains an ability which lets him regenerate 6 HP per round for 3 rounds. I like that. Gaishu gains a katana that can hit adjacent. Alright, I like Ghoul better. It goes more with him. Self-sufficient, survivalist type deal. Mangler strips 4 armor. 4 plus 4 damage, plus 1 HP damage, 5+% accuracy with the standard attack. I don't know that I think I like Mangler more. Yeah. Done that. We save that. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I choose Memento. It's pretty much the same. Good evening, well, Phoenix. A fine evening, isn't it? What can I do for you? You don't have anything to say about what happened to Ishida? I sort of assumed you want to talk about what happened with your team. Of course, I have thoughts about it, but why would I burden you or anyone else with them? If you would like to talk about it, then we may, by all means. I'm a private person by nature, however. This is why I did not seek you out to speak on it. Of course I want to talk about it. Are you okay? A curious questions. Am I alright? I, the one who survived. Who has now shed his old life entirely? Who no longer needs to worry about assassins on his heels? Yes. I am more than alright. I'm free. The team is all dead, save for Ishida. He will know what it's like to feel the disease burn through his brain. stripping logic and artistry and leaving only hunger in its wake. When it is done, I am certain he will be an animal while I remain whatever it is that I am. Gaichu, but one that may speak and act as a free being. There is some poetic justice in this, I feel. His claim to my weakness mirrored by his own descent into feral madness. And yet here I am. One with enough willpower to survive and prosper despite my ill fortune. It was your show, as long as you stand by it, it's what matters. Thank you for understanding that. The ability to choose consciously is what sets me apart of other ghouls. Understand, Ishida was a product of the same training that shaped me, but unlike me, he has never had the training proven wrong. He always believed he was the strongest, the best, and that he was unbeatable by lesser creatures. He would never have learned. His xenophobia and arrogance would have ruled him his entire life. Men like Ishida are the reason that Japan refuses to accept that the awakening was a natural affair. The ships metahumans to Yomi Island. I was taught that people like Duncan, Gobbet, and Isobel are subhumans. Yet, I have seen what they can accomplish and I am impressed. Yes, I think it has. My lesson to Ishida should not end with him. If becoming a ghoul has allowed me to prosper and become stronger, surely I should hone my instinct just as my training honed my swordsmanship. If I can apply the same focus to my new nature as did to my skill in combat, I am certain I can prove that to be a goal is only to be different, not lesser. I knew this before, logically, but I did not feel it. To know and feel are different things entirely. Regardless, Ishida's sword is now mine. It is a newer blade than my own, and appears to be made with some manner of enhanced decote process along the tungsten carbide edge. He lifts the katana, running one claw down the back of the blade. I've noticed a marked improvement in my speed when using it, particularly with follow-through moves. Should an enemy fall to this sword, I will be able to reposition much more rapidly. He got a new weapon out of that, so that's good to do side quests. Nope. I do not believe I regret killing them. We were locked in a dance that could only end with my death or theirs. We chose that path, consciously or not, and I'm unwilling to die so that they could live. I value my life, even changed as it is. Their insistence on following the strictures of their duty ensured this end. Just as surely my refusal to die did. I regret only that circumstance and training led us to this point. They were still family to me even at the end, but if your family turned on you and tried to kill you, you would still defend yourself. What do you think of that last mission? I'm not certain why they decided I can grant you I was not present. Okay. What would you do now? Surely you're joking with me. I will stay here and aid to your endeavor. I have no other life to turn to, nor anyone else that I call a friend. As you have aided me, so too I will aid you. This life in the shadows is the most free and open I've ever felt. I have no desire to go or do anything else. Perhaps later I will, but not anytime soon. Have a good night, Gaichu. Same to you, my friend. What a set of characters we have here. The air in Rakta's shop is ripe with the stench of old metal working fluids. He turns to face you, a burning cigarette clenched between his teeth. Sorry about the smell. It's long past time to purge the coolant sump. If I had access to the proper equipment, this would not be a problem. I could clean the fluid and reuse it, but alas, halogen treatment chambers are rather hard to come by, even in a place like Hillary. Anyway, my friend, you didn't come here to discuss the ins and outs of shop maintenance, I'm sure. So what does bring you here? I can enjoy a social gathering as well as anyone else, but our client and our targets were contemptible people. Radio programs, soaps, operas, intellectually bankrupt, saccharine, sweet family dramas without an ounce of inventiveness behind them. This pap that these fools produce is a poison for the mind. At least we had the encounter with the vampire to make things interesting. Now what else would you have of me? Okay, we read that. Be my guest, I have no secrets. There were three distinct elements to my approach. When these elements were all working in concert, prototypes that utilized the process displayed remarkable cell repairs capabilities. This may be a lengthy explanation. I can skim over it if you please, or I can break it down for you if you're genuinely interested. Give me the long version. I want to know how this process of yours works. Very well. The first element of my process was an outer skin that the drone could be wrapped in. A refinement of older biomimetic self-healing materials. Modeled to emulate the self-repair capabilities of living things. Imagine a polymer composite interlaced with microtubules, capillaries if you will. These vessels are capable of delivering bonding agents to the site of a wound as it occurs, thus healing it. Yeah. Yes, though they remain uncommon until recently. As I said, my material was a refinement on those earlier designs. It was also only the first part of a system. The synergy between the three was what made the project work. The second element involved the underlying structure of the drone's architecture, the servos, gears, circuits, etc. Utilizing self-assembly materials and redundant systems, I created a system by which damaged components could be fabricated and replaced by the drone itself without any need for human interference. Alright, so you have a self-healing skin that's self-replacing underlying structure. What was the third part? Finally, the system had a magical component. I must confess a certain degree of ignorance when it comes to this portion of the project. I understand some of the theory behind what was done, but the specifics are beyond me. In layman's terms, the magical element was necessary to render the system self-perpetuating. Obviously, no purely mechanical system can repair itself indefinitely. The synthetic skin becomes more brittle with every wound that it has healed, and the automated assembly components will eventually run out of materials to work with. As a rule, fighting against entropy is a losing proposition. But with magic, we can rewrite the rules, weaken the grasp of those entropic forces to the point that they are rendered negligible. Think of magic as the lubrication that keeps the gears running. I wish that it wasn't necessarily, but I am also a realist, and I must confess that it is required for the system to work. Yes, that's right. My thanks to you again, my friend. I am in your eternal debt. You're speaking of the essence limit and the problem associated with essence loss. Yes, of course, it will be a problem. But as with all problems, a workaround will present itself. Of this I'm certain. Always is a dangerous word, my friend. I would encourage you to broaden your thinking. I am confident that you will reach the same conclusion on your own. For the time being, let us leave the matter at that. Goodbye. But let's talk to our other peers here. Oh, well, my payment. Maybe I can acquire some new toys. Don't have it. Jobs. She's crouching on the floor midway through an enormous pastry. Okay. She's eating. Just concentrate on eating, Gobbet. We can talk when you're done. Hand her the picture. Okay, yeah, note to self, the pastry terrace on Prince Edward's Road makes them dry. Moist green apple and jelly trotter my ass. That thing was like a dessert made a pick. That sounds kind of foul, Gobbet. Don't knock it until you try it, Seattle. It makes you sound ignorant. Now me, I have tried it, and I can tell you that it's disgusting. But that's my opinion, carries authority, because it comes from experience. So anyway, you want the rest? Sure, I'll take it. Really? Sure, then it's all yours. Here, cats. You snap the flying pork break out of the air. It's surprisingly dense. Would have roughly equivalent to that of a softball. Eat it. Raise the pastry to your lips and take a bite. Seconds later, you can feel all the moisture in your mouth evaporate. Gobbet wasn't lying. This thing is dry. The flavor is surprisingly palatable, though. I can't believe you ate that. I'm impressed. If I ever get another dose again, I'm going to let it sit in a bowl of condensed milk for at least half an hour before try to put it in my mouth. That might help. I don't know. Reconstitute it, I guess? I don't know. It may work. Anyway, you probably want to talk about what happened on the raft, huh? I think that in your place, I would. Man, if every job we get could be about going to fancy parties and stealing their food and booze, I'd be a happy camper. I don't understand why those trick types get in their weird rivalries, but I sure as hell won't turn down money to help them blackmail each other. Listen, Seattle, I'm all for making allies where we can, but do you really think making somebody better at being a vampire is a good plan? I know she said she owed us, but come on, I don't know how trustworthy a leech is. I like that we got paid, but I can't help feeling we've created a monster that's gonna come back to haunt us later. So what else do you want to chat about? Oh yeah, what's your... She told me that you let her out of the walled city when you were kids. Care to feel details on that? I guess I'm not surprised Is has never been big on padding a story with unnecessary detail. I want to see your side of the story. Alright, to start, I guess that you're gonna need to know what the walled garden was like when me and Iz were kids. I didn't think so. Okay. For starters, you should probably know that the walled city wasn't always as bad as it is now. It was always dangerous, but 10 years ago it was just a run-of-the-mill slum. Still safe enough that walking in didn't qualify as a suicide attempt. Back then I used to play in the walled city. Rat would lead me into all the nooks and crannies that grown-ups were too big to fit through. There was this other young shaman in there that I used to play with. His name was Happy or Lucky, something like that. He followed Pig, nice guy, good card player. Obviously none of this was a good idea. A teenage girl's going into the walled city by herself, that's a recipe for disaster. I didn't realize any of this at the time though. I love playing in the alleys and crawl spaces of the walled city. It was fun. Yeah, it kind of makes you shudder when you look back on it, huh? It's like, where were those kids' parents? But then, with most street kids, that's the question that's best left unanswered. Now, with Isobel, it was a little different. She wasn't a street kid, not technically. She had parents who loved her. They just couldn't keep her safe because in the walled city, there's no such thing. How bad was it for her? Bad. Could have been a lot worse, of course. Her family couldn't be living deeper inside the wall towards the center. From what I've heard, that's hell on earth, but Isabel and her family had it bad enough. They were in the mansion district. Mansion district sounds nice, right? But it really isn't. Imagine a sort of holding pen for refugees from the Middle East and Africa. Basically anyone who isn't Asian, European, or Goblinoid. Now, cram it full to twice its normal capacity and make sure that nobody living there can afford a loaf of bread. Nope, people like me and Duncan get their own districts in the walled city, regardless of their country of origin. Nice, cushy places on the outer perimeter of the wall. There are advantages to being big and strong, especially when everybody around you is too malnourished to fight back. Of course, the residents of the Goblinoid districts all share a meta type or two. They got something in common, a set of shared experiences to tie them together. Not so in the Mansion district. The only things that those people had in common was their skin color, and the fact that they were living in crushing poverty. There wasn't even a common language for them to speak. It was a pretty rough place, lots of infighting, lots of gang-on-gang violence. People did band together for protection, but there wasn't a lot of hope. Everybody lived in fear of being sent deeper into the slums, towards the center. When you start getting dragged in that direction, you don't come back. Yeah, I imagine the two were pretty equivalent back then before the wall city got really bad. Anyways, this is where I met Isabel. It wasn't long before we were friends. She was interesting. I think that's why I let her latch on to me. The girl was smart and savvy, but creepingly shy. She didn't belong in the wall series. No one really does. But with her, it was painfully obvious. She was like a little mouse crammed into a box full of weasels. It was only a matter of time before somebody snapped her up. That's right. More accurately, Rat got her out of there. She came to me in a dream, showed me that whatever was going bad in the wall city was getting worse. The whole place was rotten from inside out, choking in back cheek, and lost hope. I decided to go inside one more time. If I found Isabel, I'd offer her to lead her out. If I didn't, well... Thanks. It isn't pleasant to think about, especially considering what a poopy hole the wall city is now. The truth of the matter is, if I hadn't pulled Isabel out of there, she'd probably be dead by now. Yep, I knew that you'd get it, and I did bump into her, and she did follow me, and Rat got us both out safe. So there you have it, happy endings all around. They went bad, crazy. The pig shaman that I knew wound up going full on toxic. He was horrifying. He burned himself out in a... Okay, nasty business. When a shaman goes toxic, he goes bad. It's like if you invert the usual meaning of a totem. That's what toxic shaman does. Dog shamans are loyal and friendly, like good dogs are. A toxic god shaman is rabid. They're both dog, but they're different aspects of god. Get it? Okay. That's what I heard. You don't want to know what happened to him, what he became. It was pretty bad at the end, before the locals overwhelmed him and a lot of people died. You think that I didn't want to? Look, it was going to be dangerous enough to get Isabel out on her own. Dragging the whole family out with her would have been impossible. Because they weren't like me and Is. They hadn't grown up on the streets. They were upper class people back in Somalia before they emigrated to Hong Kong. They were hopelessly out of their element. Even if I had managed to find them, they probably would have done something stupid and gotten us killed. Damn right I did. Even if I did manage to convince them to come with us, they would have gotten caught. The Yellow Lotus would have kidnapped them if they were lucky. If they were unlucky, the Thrill Gangs or Orang Leggers might have gotten them. It wasn't worth the risk to even try. Besides which, Isabel didn't want to bring her. She wanted to get away from them as much as she did from the wall city. Never could get her to tell me why. Yeah, we can do that. First off, I should thank you. You and Is came to help me even though I didn't ask you to or want you to. Actually, maybe I shouldn't be upset about that, but the important thing is that you did help me. I'm not going to say that I couldn't have handled it without you, but it would have been really, really dicey. You would have been fine, me and Is. We just made it a little bit easier for you. I gotta gas her up. She's a good friend. On the bright side, we overthrew Valvina and put the raft back in Kat's hands. That feels pretty great, and the shiny object is at the bottom of Hong Kong Bay, lodged in a bank of silt and crab poop. That's pretty much where it belongs. But I gotta admit, something's gnawing at me. Before you and Is showed up, I was gonna sink the raft. I'd gotten halfway through arming the charges. I was gonna send the whole sinking ship down in flames. Everyone on it would have died. Kat and Jasmine, all of them. All because I made up my mind early and I didn't want to change it. Kinda makes me think how many times before now have I done what it seems like the right thing, you know? Follow my gut like I taught you, without realizing that there was a better option. This whole introspection thing kinda sucks, I've gotta say. It's much more comfortable just to assume that all of my past decisions were right. Yeah. You know, Seattle, you aren't helping my mood any. I'm kinda having a tough time over here. I don't do this very often, reflecting it from mirrors, not devastatingly attractive street shamans. I don't know how you hand ringers deal with feeling this way. Okay, I pretty much got that step covered. What's next? What comes after this? After you suffer through your embarrassment for a while, you try to learn something from it. Huh? Your way is boring, Seattle, and it's complicated, and it comes with way too many bad feelings. But yeah, I get it. There's probably even more value there. I'm never gonna start second guessing everything that I do, though. That just isn't me. Maybe you could start second guessing some things when new information presents itself. What a novel concept. Yes, Seattle, I can do that, and I will from now on. Cross my heart. Anyway, things turned out the way that they did. I don't know that what might have happened if we tried to do something different, but there's one thing that I can say for certain. Things are better in Hong Kong Bay than they were before we went to the sinking ship. We did some good out there. That's something. Yeah, it is. Well, actually, there are two things that I can say for certain. I think that Rat is happy that the shiny object is gone. She fishes in her pocket for a few seconds and produces a chunk of stone the size of a marble. It appears to be made of the same marble red jade that the shiny object was. Check it out. She gave me a present. Beats the hell out of me. I mean, I'm sure that it does something. It has to, right? Right wouldn't just give me a normal rock. She's a trickster and all, but that'll be mean. So you mark my words, Seattle. Next time we're in the field, something magical is gonna happen. I mean, literally magic. Possibly with explosion. It's too early to tell. It'd be a journey of discovery for both of us. It's good. I mean, probably not like morally good, but I think I can use it. What is it? What does it do? But it's kind of like a grenade. When I throw it, it goes boom. Not out here in the real world, but in the astral plane. It's pretty impressive. As for what it actually does, it scares the poop out of anyone who gets caught in the blast. Makes them act like idiots. They run around with their hands in the air, forget about who's shooting at them, and stand around with their fingers in the air handy, huh? Sure, I guess so. Here's the thing. When I use this thing, what I think I'm doing is opening a bunch of temporary cracks in the astral plane. Just little ones. Only wide enough for sounds to pass through. People in the blast radius can hear things on the other side. So let's say that I throw this sucker at someone and it goes boom. All of a sudden that poor slub can hear the things that got into Malvina shrieking his brains. Sounds unpleasant. Yep, it's a bad time for them. All those voices at once yelling and babbling and cursing doing the Rat King thing, it drives you nuts, right? That's basically what it does. Drives people mad. Makes them work against their own self-interest. It's like temporary insanity in pebble form. That's the best part. After I use one of this and go to bed, I find another one in my hand the next morning. I've tried it a couple times now, and it keeps happening. That was some mouse violence. Alright, new magic pebble. Using this feels right in a way that the shiny object never did. I think that it's rat reward to me for taking Malvina down or something. I don't know exactly. I've never heard of this happening to anyone before. Anyway, it should help us moving forward, and considering what we've headed up against, I think that we can use all the help that we can get. No, Seattle, no more lessons. You don't need them. You're as much as a runner as I am now. There might even be a thing or two that I can learn from you. All of that can wait, though. We got this whole situation with the walled city, your foster dad, gun show. We all have to take care of that. It's kind of mouthful. Lots of players involved. Tons of intrigue, honestly. I'm enthralled by the whole thing. Can't wait to see how it turns out. And miss out on all this fun? Never. Oh, and Seattle? The pot on the hot plate is always full. I keep a soup going on that thing 24/7. If you ever want any, you're welcome. Just come on in. I'd love the company. Leave them off. The jingly might scare Folly. There was this terrible incident at Christmas pageant once, and well, she bites. And now, Seattle, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna crash out for the night. Maybe sleep through tomorrow and get up when the sun goes down. That sounds nice right about now. Yeah, tell me about it. Alright. Dietrich on the previous game I forgot to continue the dialogue, and I didn't. His little gargoyle shaman totem thing would have given him something too, but messed that up. This isn't helping. I'm decking in my safe place and it doesn't help. The memories are just painful as here as they are in the real world. I guess that it doesn't. Okay, I think we've read it before. I think we're done with her. I have to admit I had a lot more fun in Repulse Bay than I thought I would. Parties aren't really my thing, and I'd rather be slicing ice than cake, but how many people can say they went on a run to blackmail a rich guy and ended up fighting his vampire mistress? Nobody on Shadowlands should believe me if I told them the story, not even a little. I don't get why Shenzhen hired Shadowrunners though. There are dozen better ways to blackmail Ma. Get a decker to plant evidence of embezzlement. Hire triers to crash his sets and intimidate his crew. Burn down a soundstage or two. The way I figure it, he wanted to hire us because he's friends with Ma. It's messed up friendship, but it's there. I can't say I understand why you want to teach a vampire to be a better killer. But okay. I mean, I understand the whole friends in low places angle, but we're talking about a vampire. They're dangerous. They kill people for food. I hope he doesn't come back to bite us in the ass. Alright, we gotta go. We are getting ready for the mission. Let's see what our boy has to tell us. What did you think about the last run? Was it on the run? Asuka. Okay. All done. All right. Dun, 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 dun. I think we're ready. The next mission was give the evidence on Neville Matu. Okay, we gotta go here. Okay. Shenzhen is busily puffing away on a foul-smelling cigar. He's coming on one hand, his eyes flash with anticipatory glee as he sees us. Dr. Shenzhen greets you in the name of our producer. How did this shindig go? You explained the night's event, starts from finish. So you gave him the whole information. Vampires in the trade industry, a vampire queen no less. What a nightmare. At least you got me Wong. And poor Neville's show is that. That's something. Alright, kid. I'll send payment to your Matrix drop. You earned it. Glad to help. Yeah, who is it? What do you want? Hello, Cheng Yan. I just wanted to let you know that I've released Penelope work for my contract. If you're still interested in her, she's all yours. Also, I hope your business is doing alright. I hear you have some problems with cash flow. If you need a loan, I'll be happy to help. You don't sound too mad, Nev. What's the catch here anyway? You must have the next big things lined up already. Oh, Doctor, there's no need for it. You want to know why I keep winning our little contest? And you're always playing catch up? It's because you think people like Miss Wong actually matter. They don't. Stars are crafted, molded out of talent, yes, but ultimately constructed. With enough time and effort, anyone can be made into a star. It's just a question of manipulating public perception. Maybe so, but I got her now. And your show's dead in the water without the star. What do you think of that, huh? I think that I'm going to do what any good soap opera producer would do. Write her character out with a tragic death, bring someone new. You labor under the misapprehension that viewers have loyalty. They don't. They all have only appetite. As long as you chase stars like Wong, you will lose. Don't be afraid to think bigger. Doctor, reach for the drama, not the dramatists. For the next 30 seconds, Chenyan releases a stream of violent imaginative invective at his phone. Like, even Strangle Bao looks taken aback at the ferocity of Chen Yang's anger and the inventiveness. Whoa. Okay, finally he takes a deep breath and composes himself. That dirty little weezer insulting my creativity like that. The nerve. Go on, kid. We're done here. Thanks for all your help. But I gotta get going. I gotta talk to a guy about buying a bunch of snakes. Right here. Right here. That's where we are. Oh, so he's showing up his tattoos. Not bad, right? Someone told me that only real sailors get tats like this. I figure it's appropriate either way, seeing as how my meta hooks hit like a pair of anchors. You're getting cute with me, Wild Phoenix, because you know I've been letting you strut about with your arms on account of respect for what you do. Don't go make me rethink that, because someday soon this guy here is going to be part of a crew you wouldn't want to tangle with. We'll make you walk the plank or something. Heck yeah, and not just any pirates, the most exclusive group out there on the water, the Hell Thunder crew. I heard about them last week. They only take orcs and trolls like me. Tough bastards too, meant to be feared. It's the perfect operation for me to join, and I'm sure they'll take me, especially when they learn who my father is. I wouldn't be surprised if they were inspired by him in the first place. Not many troll pirates back in my past day. In fact, I bet they make me first mate or something just for being his blood. No, I want it to be a surprise. I don't want him feeling like he forced me into the family business. By which, I mean piracy, not this stuff we've got going on here. Doesn't take a genius to see that my bat has no love for the club. I'm a little afraid he might be jealous when I tell him I'll be shipping out, you know. He misses it. The adventure, the thrills. I can picture it all, unfurling the black sails, running up the skull and crossbones, chasing down a fleeing ship, and then swinging across to plunder her hold. Yeah, I know it's not like that. These days it's speedboats with machine guns, climbing up rope ladders in heavy seas, and chipjacking, but hey, that's what I'm cut for. I've got a heart for the sea, but I'm not afraid of hardships and hard work and fights. I don't work out just to look good and bounce drunk smugglers. One kid wants to be a sailor like his dad. Return to us again, Wild Phoenix. Everything alright, Henry? It's nothing. I just haven't been sleeping well. Bad dreams? As a matter of fact, yes. And to call them bad dreams will be putting it mildly. I don't remember much, and I'm thankful for that, but what I do remember, there was a woman's voice, possibly Hermes, telling me that I'm not wanted or needed. She urged me to leave, by whatever means necessary. I think she wanted me to kill myself. And my boys were there too. Only they were young again, but they didn't talk. They just snapped at me, trying to bite me, and their teeth. They had far too many teeth, rows upon rows of them like shark teeth. I don't think I've ever been so scared in my whole life. I don't know, every time I try to be a father to them, I feel more and more like I'm anything but. I suppose it's because they're not my little boys anymore, they've grown men now. Wish it weren't the case. They were so much easier to handle and maybe easier to love back when they were just boys. When the dreams were just silly nonsense, but all the more endearing because of it. Now, as men, their ambitions frighten me. I worry about having the first clue on what to do about it. I talk to them, but I don't think Callum respects me anymore. And Freddy in his own little world. Can you believe he's convinced I was a pirate? Back in my day, there weren't many true pirates in the waters around here. The bigger ships were too well defended, and the smaller ones were mostly not worth the effort. But as time went on, more and more money poured into Hong Kong. That money attracted more sophisticated criminals, rigged vessels, some of them formerly military, firepower, electronic warfare, trained men. I was mostly lucky. Wuxing was careful with his chips. They give a lot of chips escort in and out of port in the stretches where pirates were most likely to strike. Anytime we had a big assets in tow, they send an escort or an air squadron to cover us. We had some light guns on the tugboat, and that was enough. Pirates saw us for what we were, a trouble magnet with nothing worth stealing. There was only one incident, but we won't be talking about that. There are things I don't want my wife and boys to know about this world, or me. What do you want? I wasn't planning to have a drop, but then my mother happened. Might be easier if she just hit me, but she fights with words, infusing them with guilt and fear and deceit. She gets in your head, and no wonder I'm having some twisted dreams. Messed up dreams, same one actually over and over. I'm lying on a long dining table like you'd find in a rich man's home. Real wood, polished and set with all the refinery. But there I am, right in the middle of it like a main curse. I hear whispers around me, women voices, and one of them approaches and I see that it's my mother. She doesn't even look at me in the eye. She just sees me like an object, some kind of thing, and then she cuts into me. I don't feel any pain. I suppose I'm dead, but I scream anyway. I scream because of the look on her face when she starts to eat the hunk of me when she carves off. Her teeth are terrifying. Another woman approaches and it's my mother again. They all are. And they all start devouring me bit by bit until there's nothing else. Asking that is like asking for my life story, but the short version is that my parents have been actively working against me since I was old enough to think for myself. By this time, it goes beyond discouragement. It's a new low, no other word for it but sabotage. However, my would-be patroness, he works for Baihu, same corp my mother used to work for. Not sure why she quit, but it must have been an ugly break for her to be acting this way. To think that she'd be so spiteful that she'd deny her own son a future because of it. I always thought she just wanted me home, working as a wage slave in her own house. Turns out, she just can't stand the thought of me succeeding where she failed. Let's see what Mama has to say. It's not a good time, all Phoenix. That's usually when I get involved. I'm not asking you to get involved, but something is wrong with these people and me. I know about the rest of them, but I'm dead on my feet. Slept a solid 6 hours, but it was hardly restful. Bad dreams? Like none I've had before, vivid, more real than just standing there, and the memory refuses to leave me. I was 20 years younger, young, absolutely at home in my own skin, and happy, happier than I remember ever being, positively glowing. There was a man with me, it was Henry, but not the Henry I knew. This was Henry as he might have been if he had never been goblinized. Handsome, well-dressed, perfectly human. But when he smiled, there were too many teeth, and I knew it was a lie. Then I woke up, clutching my stomach, feeling for bite marks that weren't there. I haven't been able to shake the image of that smile all day. Those teeth, they wanted to devour me and everything held dear. I tried to put that period of my life behind me. I tried to forget what had happened, to move past it. I had to, or else I would have destroyed our family just as it was beginning. Some truths are best left buried. I can live with the shame. It was my own stupid mistake, but it should have ended there. The past should stay in the past. But this man will not be denied. He will lure Callum with promises of fortune, power, prestige. He will offer him things I never could, just as he once did with me. Callum feels alone here, just as I did when Henry was away at sea. I'll kill this man before I let him take my boy from me, and I don't care who he is or what right he might claim. I suppose this is why I'm not sleeping well, the dreams. Wow, that looks heavy. Do I have any rifle for me? I own this one. 10 damage. This is just a rifle. Is it a? This is not a sniper rifle, right? This one has 18 damage. Huh. I'm there to believe. This is a sniper rifle. With smart link to improve accuracy. I think I'm stick around with what I have for now. Yeah, I don't see any. Maybe by the end of the game I'll check the weapons again. I could do an augmentation. I shall which makes me think I think I should maybe add Deus Ex. I don't know about the original one, but I like cyberpunk type games. The later ones that were dropped, Deus Ex, that was a great story. So Deus Ex could be another addition to cyberpunk streams. Hey, well, Phoenix, big typhoon on the way in. Better batten down the hatches. This is gonna be a kicker. Who are you, Ambrose? Really? I'm Ambrose Rokotansky. I'm the doctor around here. Anyone else I might have been is it and gone. You know anything about an Archaeopteryx on the BBS? What, like the bird? What are you implying? That wait, that's me? Yeah, I'm flattered, I really am, but I stay away from the BBS. That world's behind me. There's no such person as Ambrose Ratanasi, is there? Maybe I wasn't born with that name. Maybe Icebreaker's just a notorious and secretive Kong runner who vanished with his team. Maybe I never worked for him. Maybe I did. I'll tell you what's real. The clinic's real. What I do here is real. This place is real as it comes. Karen was real. She was my friend and the heart of my story. That's real too. As far as the rest, well, some stories are too dangerous to tell. Maybe it wasn't Chicago I left. There has been a lot of mixing in the UCSS Midwest. It's a big territory that my accent could be from. Maybe I crossed someone, the Mafia, Aris, the Russians, Stuffer Shack. Maybe saying that my old hood is inside the Chicago containment zone is just a way to cover my tracks. Go Bears. Things went bad, we got ambushed. I must not have been doing a good work of Overwatch. The ambush killed everyone else eventually. It even killed Karen. My liver and kidneys are machines in my wheelchair. I've lost about half my body. I'm in chronic pain, and every night it's the same thing. Nightmares, they never end. If I had any part in the end of the crew, well, I've paid with almost everything. It's still less than other. What matters now is I'm making something productive of my life. I mean it when I say I'm just about the luckiest guy in the world. I don't know. I never saw any of them ever again. It's all ancient history now. Thanks, Ambrose. So it felt a little rough to challenge him, but we did learn some things on the BBS, so... what's the deal with the typhoon? It's your first typhoon, isn't it? Typhoons grow out in the Pacific, then come crashing into the coast. The biggest one hits Category 7. Real monsters, unreal. This one's just a big wet huffer. Trees are gonna flood, aircraft will be grounded. This one's awakened. So get ready for a lot of communications interference. And get your galoshes. It's gonna be wet. Good time for running in storms. All that wind can rain obscures surveillance. The curfew clears the streets. Cops and security contractors are all tied up. Nobody's in the mood for it. I'm not either. These dreams are driving everyone crazy. Fortunately, I have a special training for dealing with dreams. Nothing. The Syrian wall will seal all of Victoria's harbor behind a big concrete breakwater. It shuts down the harbor and keeps sea levels constant. Have you seen the harbor well activated before? It's a miracle of engineering. It'll stop a 2-meter surge with 7-meter wind waves. What else can we install? No, I don't need that. That one gave me 1 body and strength. Do I want that one? Because I'm almost out for the count. This gives passive 1 armor. Oh yeah, I like this one. Reflex trigger? Yeah. Let's go. I'm down. Oh boy. So I still can't buy. I think I have space for 1 more essence cuss and be right at the edge of life. May or may not happen, right? Goodbye, Ambrose. We got a mission to do, and it starts right now. Let's save this game. Let us go. We gotta meet a guy by the boat, right? Is it MTR station? Let's see. The boat guy right here. I'm ready. I hope y'all ready. Because I think from the looks of it, there might be no more missions as of now. Because once I finish this one, I'll do a one for next stream. 1 last sweep. Yeah, once we finish this one, that I think is the trigger of the couple of last missions. So we're almost there. And that's the goal. If I can finish this game before I can start Metroid Dread for you guys so that I can focus on Metroid Dread. I've already done multiple streams a day before, and that can burn out anybody. Come on, Jomo. We're not loose. Maybe buy yourself a new hat. Stupid game. Always. It cheats me. Never a good hand. Now kindly Cheng sends you, huh? You need Captain Jomo to take you to a play pirate? That's right. Who comes with me? We might need to hack, so we're hacking. Ractor. Gobbet. I'm gonna regret not taking you because you heal. No, Gobbet, you're coming. But Duncan hits hard. She's for the decking. Duncan hits hard. But him, whatever decision we make, Okay. Um. It's been a while. Let's bring the OG team. Let's go. Whistleblower. The ride out to the Nalchi is nerve-wracking. Captain Yomo seems an expert pilot, but massive waves threaten to scuttle his small boat at every turn. Deep thunder rolls in the distance, and at the edge of your vision, lightning occasionally illuminates your target, the MB Nalki. As Yomo pulls your smart craft directly up to the bow of the Nalki, where you're least likely to be spotted, he throws a rope ladder up on the other side, hustling you aboard before pulling away. Time to get to work. Okay. I believe this is in a boat. And I think we might have to clean house, but I'll observe. Oh, I haven't sold this yet. I'm good here. Bring me some drugs. Bring me drugs. Just in case, I'm gonna bring this. I don't know why. I'm a little scared. Give me here. I need to get him more grenades. You better have more. You rather have more. More than we need. Why not use it anyways? Alright. This is it. We engage. I guess I'll check it out, but I'm not doing anything right now with it. We maxed out body. Boom. Oh, wait. I can do this. Oh, yes. Ah, yes. That's it. Climbing onto the foredeck of the Nalki, you pause to catch your breath. The cargo ship rolls and pitches with the waves that batter her sides, and rain assails the deck. Deep thunder rolls overhead. After a tense moment waiting for the inevitable alarm klaxons, you hear nothing but the storm. Wait, so we're getting in a boat while this awoken hurricane, whatever it is. Oh my god. I guess we're doing. I don't hear any alarms or pounding feet. I guess we're on board without them noticing. Good. That'll mean a smoother operation. The ship is probably packed with guards. The longer we can go without them noticing, the better. This is good. The storm's going to make things a lot easier for us. They're less likely to hear gunfire or fighting, much less footsteps. So as long as we can stay hidden, nobody will be the wiser. We may be able to sneak our way in. Even if we have to kill a few, if we do it fast, we'll still be in the clear. The storm will drown out anything if they send or receive on their radius. If they want to raise the alarm, they'll have to get to one of the chipboard's handsets. We can take them out before they can get there. Well, it's a milk run, right? No, there's no milk runs. And you never make a deal with a dragon. There we go. I rebooted the cameras and patched them into our comm links and locked chip security out. Couldn't get into the cameras inside the ship though. They must on a different circuit. Good. want to get that guy, but these guys are in my way. I mean, I can go right in between here, but if we activate an alarm, we're gonna be in a world of poop. Gotta kill him one way or another. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, that was done without too much hassle, I would say. This one's gonna be harder. This guy has a drone. So, dang it. Oh, dang it. No good. No good. Another miss? I'm really upset. That was really lame. Completely lame. Let's just miss them all, right? That's what we want. To miss them all, huh? What? If we kill them quick, this one not aware. It's time to finish them off. That's the whole idea right now. Alright, dude. What is wrong with my people? Kill them! That's it, you're dead. Oh, not enough ammo? Pray and pray. This is our last. Alright, let's kill him. Alright, you guys have had too much fun. Alright. We can do it. I believe in ourselves. We can do it. We are able to accomplish this. But this might cause the alarms to activate. Unless we can get that guy. Well, we'll find out what's gonna happen here. We gotta get loud and loud quick, so. Same. Let him get it. Let him get it. Boom. Oh, nice. That was handled beautifully. I think this guy would be best. Oh, come on, dude. Really? You too? Okay. Just gonna do that, right? We need this guy out for the count. Come on, I can't use this anymore. And we gotta barrage him. No way, Jose! Are you talking to me? What did you say? Oh, my augmentation. I forgot, like, where'd I spend all my money? Alright, it's time to finish this mission with class. It's not over yet. Let us find out what's in here. Hey, dude. I know, I'll change your battery soon. Stick around with me. Get the teacher samples. So, get the project data, get the teacher samples. That's all I need. We're just hitting displays up. Nicely done. We're almost to the goods, and the rest of the chips got no idea we are here. Fighting down here will definitely get their attention, though. Let's play smart. We got the goods, ready our pickup, and get out. Keep your eyes open, Seattle. We've gone this far by being careful. No reason to change that now. I'd like to get home without any extra lead in my body. I'm with you there. I got you there. I'm with you. Wait a minute. Whatever. This is a control panel for the ship's water pumps and fire suppression system. The knobs and switches here can cut off or supply water to anywhere on the ship with any outlet. Overload the water pressure. Oh, what did I do? Well, what have I done to myself? Well, and nobody's in range of this guy, huh? You're missing right in front of you? Are you kidding me? Well, this sucks. Ha ha! It's gonna be a rough. I shouldn't have activated that. No. Yeah, boy. Oh, they keep coming. I can't even move. I probably messed up the mission. I forgot about that. Yeah, what a mess. What did I do? Now I'm gonna spend the whole mission fighting, huh? Nothing here. Ah, nothing here, huh? Initial research into metagenetics presents a singular challenge. To wit, the study not of genes themselves, but of the interaction between genetics and the unseen world of astral space. My God, this is loud. If the creation of a particular metatype of magically expressed phenotype was as simple as the recombination of given amino acid sequences, then the creation of magis would be as simple as the expression of a given eye color or skin tone. Unfortunately, such expressions are far more complex. The expression of traits previously considered to be supernatural is a complex interplay between mundane DNA, the condition of the ambient manospheres at the time of development, and the interaction between genes and what we dubbed astral shadows. Any research into this fraught with difficulty due to their resistance to traditional, that is to say, technological instruments. Ergo, Omega Sequence number 358G is a project decoupled from the visual safeguards against project overruns. We have been granted extensive magical assistance in our pursuit of higher metagenetic understanding as well as autonomy from legal concerns. As such, Omega Sequence project materials must be kept in Eastern Tiger secure facilities only. Deviations from this may result in local law enforcement interests, and subsequent cleanup costs can be prohibited. Phenotypic alterations is the key process which allows for the Omega Sequence project to progress. Ordinarily, an organism's phenotype is set and cannot be changed after a very early point in development. Morphology, phenology, replication processes, any alterations in the coding sequence of a living organism is invariably fatal, except in the case of the Omega Sequence. A combination of alkylating agents, ambient mana control, and potent alpha emitters allows us to control the replication of the Omega Sequence metagene. This is accomplished through alteration of the interaction between DNA and their astral shadows, the building blocks of metagenetics and mana base. To understand these concepts, consider an Indonesian shadow play. The story one watches is not of the puppets, but the shadows they cast. A skillful puppeteer manipulates not just the puppets, but the space between the screen and the viewer. So too is it with metagenetics. Magical aptitude, metagenetic traits, and formerly unknown parazoology are revealed when mana levels reach a sufficient point to allow the astral shadows of DNA to engage in their delicate, powerful dance of replication. To change the metagenetics of an organism, we do not manipulate only the subject's DNA, but the space between that DNA and the astral plane. We cast the requisite shadows, engendering change that cannot be explained solely by base pairs, alleles, and nucleotides. Control is a challenge. Control is a delicate art. It requires patience and perseverance, as well as scientific acumen. But with a fine enough degree of control, we will be able to replicate magical abilities, trait expressions, and black swan effects. What are these black swan traits? Individuals born during events which cause ambient mana to spike have been known to express extreme magical potentials and meta traits not possessed by the majority of their metatype. Research into Homo sapiens nobilis, subjects born during the awakening, for instance, indicate that ordinary elven longevity simply does not apply. That there is no upper bound to their telometric regeneration. Effectively, they appear to be immortal. The goal of the Omega Sequence project is to harness and unlock these black swans meta traits, beginning with the question of the longevity factor in a Homo sapiens nobilis. Treatment for extending human lifespans already exists. Of course, organ transplantations can extend life up to 50 years, and leonization treatment can theoretically extend life for several hundred. Yet the drawbacks of these are apparent to any who scratch the surface. Leonization is prohibitively expensive and erodes the patient's essence with every treatment, leading to eventual systemic collapse. Organ transplants can preserve the body, but plaques build up in the patient's neural tissue, and the patient must take a cornucopia of immunosuppressants for the duration of their life. True longevity lies in preventing aging from occurring at all. Omega Sequence 358G represents our most advanced metageneric prototype yet. Preliminary results indicate that this test clone's age will lock at 19 years and progress no further. In order to test this, we have induced artificial agents of the clone through our fast grow organ replacement process. Unfortunately, this has led to an explosive cancer and mutation rate, rendering it not viable for any other types of metageneric research. Even so, the value of this test subject cannot be overstated. Get the tissue samples. I'm guessing tissue samples are here and we're about to get bamboozled here. If we do this well, I may be able to find this and then we can get out of here. And more guards are coming, more fighting. Oh well. Oh. What is that? Oh. We have a problem. Where are the tissue samples? Not here. I checked everywhere. Ay. Maybe I didn't check good enough or something. Yeah, I don't understand. Defeat the guards. Get the tissue samples. Where are they? Nice job. You're about to get bamboozled in here. Great. Good on you. Bap. You gotta find that one. Oh, you are long gone now. That's too close to comfort, but... So now we just need the tissue samples. We have to do what we have to do. I don't think we need to spend any heals. Don't save them all. Leave one save. Where is the tissue samples? Why am I not finding them? Oh. 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 Yes. Yes. The gold storage tank and attendant machinery are lit from within the organic soup by flickering baleful lights. The tank containing Omega Sequence 358G chugs quietly with the hum of pumps and coolant. As you look at the tank, the fluid shifts and there is a soft thump as a mass of organic matter drifts up against the glass. A pale, lidless eye stares at you from within the tank. The face it resides in a ruined mass of tumors and scabrous pustules. A mutated mass of teeth and indeterminate growth dominating what should be the nose and mouth region. As you look, it fixes its lone eye upon you, the pupil flickering back and forth as it tracks your motions. Gobbet gasps and quickly slaps the palms against the tank. She peers at it intently for a few seconds and a deep shudder rolls through her body. She turns to you, her voice barely above a whisper. Well, Phoenix, this thing is alive. I don't think it's intelligent, but it's definitely living, despite being mostly made of cancer and disease. We need to shut this life support system down, Gobbet. Nothing deserves to live in this condition. Only a few more minutes, monster. You'll be at peace soon. Oh, so this first. After a few moments of wearing, a smart drawer opens to present you with a rack of vials. Each one contains a scrap of tissue. You power down the machinery, the lights in the vat dim, and the creature slowly closes its single eye. As the last hum of power fades, the creature drifts away from the glass. With the data and tissue samples secured, you are ready to make your exit from the Nauchi. Pulling up your comlink, you dial Captain Yomo. Yomo's listening. You ready for pickup, my friend? We're standing by and have eyes on the chip. Isila, we'll be there in a few minutes. Be ready right when we drop you off, friends. The last detail is to inform you that Johnson, everything is completed. Have him transfer payment. You rapidly dial the number Kindly Shane gave you for Taiga. This is Taiga. Is the task done? As long as you have the samples and the data, that's all I care about. Unfortunately, there's been a complication. I can't transfer you your payment until we meet in person. I've had a tail on me since I arranged the run with Kindly Cheng. I think the Soul Pass have caught up with me and are watching to see what I'm up to. I can check the tail, but I need to ensure my safety before it's done with. I can help with that, but it'll cost you. I'll pay whatever it takes to get him off my back. If I can, my family's still dead. I have a safe house in Ho Chung village that I set up before landing here. Meet me there. Call me when you're close and I'll check the tail. As long as we get it handled in a hurry, I should be cleared to get out of Hong Kong. We can discuss whatever extra payment you think is fair once we meet in person. I don't like this one bit about Phoenix. Last minute plan changes are the fastest way to get killed. Especially if someone's bloodthirsty like the Supas Ringo involved. This whole thing stinks. You have any better ideas how to handle this? Listen, just keep your eyes open and be ready for anything. I want to come home in one piece, okay? Comlink is bustling. Uh-oh. Good evening, Wild Phoenix. My name is Huang J. Ming. I represent the Blue Heaven Soul Ring. I've just become aware that you are in possession of data and tissue samples from Project Omega, sequence 358G. I would like those samples and I'm willing to pay you for them. Nor would I expect you to be, given your exceptionally swift rise in the shadow community of Hong Kong. Understand what I'm asking of you I do not do lightly, but I am privy to information that you are not, and I think I could be of some use to you. Please do me the honor of hearing me out. I understand you are an associate of Auntie Cheng. My own organization is far too trivial to have attracted her notice, but I believe you can help me change that. Merely doing business with you will increase our standing a great deal, and since I have information that may save your life, perhaps we can come to an agreement. The Blue Heaven Ring has been retained by Eastern Tiger in order to prevent the theft of the Omega sequence data and samples, the very thing you have just taken. Your employer, whose full name is Taiga Wright, has been attempting to acquire them for some time. The entire reason the data and samples are being shipped to Seoul is because of a botched Shadowrun, one on the Eastern Tiger facility in Tacoma where the project was being developed. Taiga Wright was the Johnson for that run. Your employee is not who he say he is, nor are his motives pure. He was never employed by Eastern Tiger and has no family in Seoul. As near as I have been able to determine, he is an agent of the Terran Geyer Information Secretariat, a spy if you will. I'm not certain, but I suspect that the Council of Princes has an interest in suppressing research into elven longevity. Ever since scientists working on the question of potential elven immortality has been disgraced or disappeared, except for those employed by the Eastern Tiger. I suspect that the elves have secrets they'd rather not have the rest of the world know. Wrights attempted to intercept Eastern Tiger's cargo at the very port it landed at. The strike in Tacoma was only the first. There was a second attempt in Perth, and a third near Riau Islands against the very ship you're now on. Don't think for a moment that Wright will hesitate to kill you as soon as you hand the data over to him. So what do you say? I pay you for the data you have, and both of us can eliminate Wright and whatever hired guns is brought along. I think this is a fair arrangement. I'd hope we'd be able to come to an agreement, but if you refuse to see reason, bullets may prove more effective argument. No one crosses the Blue Heaven Rings unless your death will be an object lesson in that. To hell with that guy. He talks big, but I'm betting he's some small fry punk trying to chase our tail. We might be in trouble here. We just want to make it to Hong Kong so we can finish this stream. I hope we don't die. Let me not touch that save here. Well, how do I get out of here? Right over here? I'm scared it's gonna be full outside of peoples. I'm so scared. I'm gonna get discombobulated. Yeah, no, we're escaping. That's the thing. We're not staying here to fight nobody. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. Auntie Cheng has already yelled at me once. Whistleblower. The boat ride back to Hong Kong is tense. Even Captain Jomo's jovial nature does little to lighten the move. The deep storm swirls in the sky behind you, and although you've accomplished your mission, you wonder what is in store once you reach the Ho Chung village. What will be waiting for you in Ho Chung? Who will betray who? And most importantly, how can you survive the night and still get paid? You're certain these mysteries will be revealed, but how you'll learn the answers could be deadly. The Ho Chung MTR station is a testament to high-class design left to rot over a period of 15 years. Smelling of stale urine and mold, this stuff has seen better days. With any luck, you'll be able to wrap the job and leave Ho Chung before the sun's fully up. This place smells like a dive bar in Touristville. You know, we're gonna get jumped, right? Just a matter of when. Huang doesn't seem like the kind of person to take disappointment well. You think that's a good idea, Wild Phoenix? Think about it. What Juan said made a lot of sense. Maybe he's lying, maybe he's not. It's your call, but if we mess things up, we're gonna be bullet traps in a firing race. Let's keep our eyes open and look around Ho Chung before going to the meet. I'd rather not charge headlong into an ambush if we can avoid it. So, what I'm gonna do, out of the uncertainties, I'm gonna leave the stream here and I'm gonna continue it. Just to be sure, because I don't recall, I don't know if I made a deal at the last game, but we're gonna continue this mission fresh. And now next it's gonna be Mario Kart. But hey, I hope you guys like the stream. The game's almost over. We're on the last stretches. Hope you guys stay safe, be happy, make other people happy. And remember that happiness is like a good disease. It's a good sickness. Spread it. If you're spreading something, spread happiness, spread joy. Pump yourself up, pump other people up. Together, you know, we can do great things. That's how you overcome things, right? It's good to have strong will, but we can't do everything all by ourselves. That's why a lot of groups and projects, they have a couple people that can complement each other. Complementing each other, it's part of everything. Relationships, marriages, businesses, friendships. We don't need each other. We have to support each other. Complement what one's lacking, the other one's, you know, can enforce whatnot. That's basically it. Unity. Till next time.